Mackenzie Mgbako has entered the transfer portal. I put a big asterisk on every time I say has entered the transfer portal because apparently players can just come out and say, no, I'm not in the portal right after everyone
Good.
says they're in the
Greg,
portal.
you're good. You're good. Sent this over to our fact checking department. I don't know if you realize that we elevated one of our employees to our fact checking department after the whole Carrie Booth saga. We have direct confirmation from Mackenzie Mgbako himself with a post saying that he will be leaving.
You hired a whole new department in the 1 week that I was gone from the company.
Yeah, you gave me a lot of control and I let it get to my head.
What happened to the stats and research department? That's different from the fact checker department.
Yeah, well, our stats and research department's on paternity leave.
Okay, got it. Mackenzie Mgbako is in the portal. Mackenzie Mgbako, once a five-star recruit, I believe, once a McDonald's All-American. Do I have that right?
Yes.
Great recruit, great player
Yeah.
that a lot of people believed in.
Duke, former he was in that Duke recruiting class.
He was.
Yeah.
He had blue blood interest. He was committed to Duke at one point. Ends up at Indiana under Mike Woodson. Two consecutive seasons that were remarkably similar, Cart. He scored 12.2 points per game both seasons. He averaged 4 rebounds a game both seasons. He shot 32% from three both seasons. Is who he is, kind of seems like. Maybe there's an untapped level, but I think even if he is who he is, there's a lot of programs out there that would take a guy that scores 12 points a game, that is a 6'8" wing with five-star talent pedigree. There's still hope here that Mackenzie Mgbako turns into the player that we once believed. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I just think that I think you need to have certain expectations when you're getting Mackenzie Mgbako. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he's a program changing, like, turn this program from a losing to a winning program type player. I think he's a productive player, and you need productive players. But I don't think you should ask him to, don't ask him to do the little things. Don't ask him to play defense. Don't ask him to, necessarily make the winning plays when needed. But like if you need someone to score, he can do that for you. Also, we've seen at times this year, like especially you look at that second half of the Purdue game that they almost won at Mackey, his shot making alone was just extraordinary in that game from all three levels. So I think you're getting a certified score in with Mackenzie Mgbako, a limited one, but a good score.
You are getting a certified scorer in Mackenzie Mgbako. Now, permission to impersonate an Indiana fan for a moment.
Yes.
Indiana fans, correct me in the comments if you think this is incorrect, but now I'm you. I'm not me. I'm you in my next sentence. Yeah, he's also a loser.
Mm, yeah.
Sorry, that wasn't me. That was not me saying that. That's what I think Indiana fans would say about Mackenzie Mgbako. Is that a fair or unfair interpretation of his game?
Um, I think it's fair and unfair at the same time. Like it might be fair, but also it's Indiana and it's dysfunctional. So, you know, if you want to go back, he was a winner in high school.
Do you think you can win with Mackenzie Mgbako? Because I will say this, while I kind of bluntly joke about it here, there are smart people privately that feel you cannot win with Mackenzie Mgbako. And that's people plural in multiple areas of my basketball conversations. Now, there are also people that will not ever give up on Mackenzie Mgbako. I think that I'm more in that camp. I still believe Mackenzie Mgbako can contribute to a winning team and be a featured player. Maybe not the guy, but an important guy. Where are you at on that? Can you win with this guy or not?
I believe you can. I believe you can. I think in the right situation, I think you can. Like, and to go back to my first point, just there's certain things that you can't build around M'Bako. Like I'll say that. Like you think you see a 5-star guy, 6'8" wing with the scoring ability he has, you think, oh, so let me center my team around him. I don't think you can do that. I don't think that's what works out best for Mackenzie. And also just like I usually will always give guys in this situation a little bit of grace to see what they look like somewhere else. Now, usually that backfires, but at the same time, I do allow like a little bit of time to see if they can, change some things around maybe at their next stop.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Look, this is just a confusing year from M'Bako for me because he started every game except for one. The one game he did not start Cart was the Purdue game where he only played 9 minutes. He had 0 points, 0 rebounds. and they beat Purdue by 15 and had their best game of the season.
Mm.
There is a bit of a correlation here, even though he started in games, like his role decreased down the stretch of the season when Indiana started playing well. He was in his biggest minute, biggest shot volume role when Indiana was on their lose 7 of 8 game streak. And I do think there's a correlation there. Like whatever Mike Woodson was trying to do with an offense centered around Mackenzie Mgbako did not lead to winning. He took a lot of bad shots. He just didn't have that extra level in his game. So I think he's got to land in a situation that allows him to almost take a step back in order to step forward. Like if you're bringing in Mackenzie Mgbako to be option 1 or 2, I think your team's probably pretty bad. But if you're bringing Mackenzie Mgbako to be your 4th or 5th option, stand in the corner and shoot, make his life easier. I think he could be really, really good and shoot better than he has and take a statistical leap.
Yeah, I do too. It's all about the next step. The next step is going to be one of the biggest in Mackenzie Mgbako's, just a short-sighted college basketball career.
Any immediate teams to come to mind? I have not seen a list or even a rumored destination anywhere, but I could bring
I,
some up.
yeah, well, like you said, highly recruited out of high school. So I think there are going to be some guys that, whenever you have a five-star guy, McDonald's All-American, I think Blue Bloods will come calling to try to like kick the tires on it again. I have no sources. This is my gut feeling, my very big gut at that. I feel like Steve Forbes is spit shining his own head right now to get Mackenzie Mgbako in a Wake Forest uniform.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. Throw him on Wake. I like that. Could see him at Memphis. Could see him.
Oh, Penny would salivate.
Could see him at Memphis. Could see him like everybody at Miami or Kansas State. One of those guys.
Yeah.
Now, maybe common thread between all the destinations we're throwing out there, Cart. Not the winningest programs.
Hmm.
Can I throw one program that theoretically should win that I'm going to keep an eye on here?
Illinois.
No.
Oh.
Do you think Bill Self makes a phone call here?
Oh.
This is right in line with the whole AJ Store saga,
But
right?
he just got AJ Store. He's got to learn from that, right?
But I think this one's different than Store because I don't think you'd be bringing in Mgbako expecting him to be your superstar. But could you bring in Mackenzie Mgbako to play Rylan Griffin's role?
What? Sit on the bench?
6th man shooter.
Rylan Griffin was a six-man shooter this year?
Yeah.
Yes.
Look, I'm not
No.
saying it would work. I don't really believe in Bill Self's ability to do that right now. But doesn't this feel like the type of guy he calls?
Oh, yeah, he's gonna call for sure. 100%.
Darren Peterson, Flory Badunga, Mackenzie Mgbako, Rylan Griffin, and a 5th. Is that a good team?
Yes.
Really good team, right?
Yeah, also my favorite team.
Are we falling for the Kansas thing again, though? We're doing the same thing we did last year.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna dance around. I'm just gonna fall.
Just go down with the
Yeah,
ship.
fall. If I gotta get back up, I will. If I don't get up.
Yeah. Okay. Call your shot. Where does he end up playing next year?
Uh Georgetown.
I'm going Providence.
I
We
can see
both think Big East. Some tie to Ed Cooley somewhere.
something Big East. It is March, and that means that March Madness is upon us. And if you are looking for a place to play, Underdog Fantasy has you covered. Sign up and deposit using code SLEEPERS, that's code SLEEPERS, to receive up to $1,000 in bonus credit plus a free pick. Head over to Underdog Fantasy today and use promo code SLEEPERS to take advantage of this amazing offer.